clued me off is there was a little bird. And he kind of showed me the way. When I was underneath this cloud, I could see that he was in the core of the thermal. And I was just on the outskirts of it, catching the root shit. And as soon as I got close to him, it was a little hawk. Looked like a little red-tailed hawk or something. And as soon as I got near him and started out climbing him, he bugged out. He was like, I've seen enough. Alright, y'all, sorry for the horrible audio. I was trying to record while flying with a new cat and mic setup, and it's not doing so well. So I'll continue on, try to break this up a little bit with a post-edit audio. Basically, we're still under the cloud. We're making a few turns. I'm still trying to hunt the thermal, and the little hawk, he took off. He was like, I'm not hanging around for any of this, because I was actually out climbing him when I was in the core. But if you can tell from the video, I am still going up and the motor is off. So we're gonna continue to fly in this direction toward the sun. I don't want to be underneath the cloud in all the shadow and shade. I want to kind of be on the outskirt where the sun is still kind of beaming down. And you'll see I made it out here. And I start my turn. I'm still kind of right underneath the outskirt, the forward edge, I call it, of the cloud. And motor is still off. We're at cloud base at this point. And I'm gonna cut you on back to the audio. And I'm going to find another thermal. So I'm gonna bring it back, try to get back underneath this cloud again. And I'm starting to get some beeps. Starting to hear them. But 4,000 looks like cloud base today. I'm still, oh, there's a little bit of lift. I'll start turning here as soon as I find the center of lift. I was just trying to cut across. But I think the cloud, oh look, there's a dragonfly right there. I'll try to get closer to him. The dragonflies get caught in thermals, and you'll find them way up here at 4,000 feet. And there he is, I'm getting close, boom, he's about to hit the wing. And there he goes. So that's the core of the thermal. That dragonfly was in it. I think he might have been hanging out in it. He might actually know what he's doing. So I felt the wing move a little bit to the left. I'll turn a little more to the left. And try to get back in this core. Alright, I'm starting to get some higher beats. Motor's still off. I'm still maintaining about 4,000. Alright, getting steadier beeps right here. So you'll notice I've slowed my wing way down. I've got about a number 2 on the brake. 2 position on the brake. And I'm just flying straight into the core until I find it. So I'm getting good left here. I'm going to go ahead and make a slow turn. And I'm still trying to hunt that core. I can see the clouds are twisting and moving this way, so I'm going to head this way. And boom, I just got a serious bump of lift on the right hand side of my glider. So I'm going to kind of pitch back to the right, a little bit of roll. And now I found the core. This is the core. I've got beeps going crazy. And I'm going to turn back to the left. Deeper brake. A lot of deep brake on the left. Slow the glider way down. Way down. Way down. And I'm going to try to keep the glider square as I'm in this core. The flatter you can make your glider, the more lift you're going to get. I'm checking my lift. I'm at 4,000, 4,090 and still going up. Now, I don't want to get cloud suck and go into the son of a bitch. So what I'm going to do is ride this thing until I feel cloud in my face, and then I'm going to punch out. That was a good bit of lift right there, 3 meters per second. With a big heavy trike, fellas. I got a motor on my back, and this is a big heavy trike, and I'm going up at 3 meters per second. This is what happens when you find the core underneath a cloud on a real thermal day. That was a strong lift right there. I felt it. I went to 4 meters per second, and I'm right back at cloud base, 4,300 feet. I gained 300 feet in less than a minute. I'm still making that turn in the core right here. I wish you could hear my beeps. I'll probably take an earpiece out and try to put it close to the microphone so maybe you can hear it. But you can tell just by the visuals that I'm starting to get into cloud base. And I'm getting cloud set now. I'm feeling it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop trims out, and head out of this bitch. And I get immediate sync as soon as I pop out of the core. Alright, that was enough time. I'm flying fast now, trimmers are out, and I'm heading towards the sunshine. Folks, at this point, it's starting to get about 5:30ish, and you can see off in the distance some of the taller clouds are popping showers. They're releasing all their energy for the day. And I was kind of half expecting the one I was playing in to do the same, so I started to kind of get out from underneath it, even though I'm still turning and getting a little bit of lift off of this thermal that's feeding the front side. What I mean by the front side is the sunny side of the cloud. If you get on the back side where all the shade and everything is, you're likely to get wet. That's where the downpours are going to come out. That's where all the cold sinking air is going to be. So you'll never climb on the back side of the cloud. Always try to stay on the front sunny side. I had a nice awareness of this one day at a fly-in near Hammond called Plain Crazy, and we had midday thermals popping off clouds that were climbing up to 8,000, 10,000 tops. And I was out there with Matt Minyard and a bunch of other guys who he trained, and I was trying to keep up with him on my little Calypso foot launch, and I didn't have a whole lot of experience, and I did not know that I was on the wrong side of the cloud. They were on the front side. Somehow I got around to the back side, and I had my motor at a good climb throttle. I was pushing about 7,500 RPM, and that should be a climb in any case, especially if you're foot launching on a Vitarazi. I don't care what glider you're flying, you should be climbing a little bit. Well, I'm looking at my Vario, and my altitude is stuck. I am not climbing at all. In fact, I've got some descent. I'm like a little bit less than 1 meter per second negative. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? The air around me was cold, and I was at about 6,000 feet. And I'm like, at first I was following the cloud up, because the cloud was trying to get to about, I don't know,
8,000 tops. And it wasn't until I realized I was on the wrong side of the cloud and I had to come around to the sunny side. And as soon as I got around to the sunny side of this cloud, I started going up with the cloud as it was developing. I climbed through 7,000 and I peaked at 8,000, all on. I did have motor on at that time, but I was just barely maintaining cruise. I was at probably about 5,000 feet, RPM on the motor. So I was doing an assisted thermal climb. And it brought me all the way up to 8,000, and the cloud was still developing from 6,000 on up to 8, and I climbed with the cloud right alongside it as it was developing. You could see it billowing and ballooning up. It was the coolest thing, and I learned the most about how to thermal clouds that day than any other day. Just a little side, so you can really see how these clouds are dumping the rain right now. They're losing all their energy, and yep, I'm making a little turn to the right, but I'm gonna end the commentary right here and just let you enjoy the rest of the video.